Me again. I've had just such a stupid day today. I've noticed as I've gone into the campaigning and activist sort of world since leaving the police, it is incredibly bitchy. Bitchy between activists, bitchy between organisations. No one wants to help each other, even though you've got a mutual goal. I don't understand it. And it makes me question certain organisations and certain activists' actual goals and what their actual motive is, really. But yeah, I've just been navigating some situations. But what I do want to talk about is two things. In the last sort of month, I started a GoFundMe because literally lost everything, finding it incredibly hard to find employment due to my digital footprint just being all my activism and speaking out and who wants a whistleblower. I thought I'd just set up a GoFundMe for some help in the meantime while I just work my shit out. Lovely people have donated, some people have given hate to it. Okay, I get it. So then I was kind of reaching out online I don't know what to do, just don't know what to do when I can't find employment and stuff. And so people said, why don't you monetize your experience? So I thought, okay, people sell courses, people write books, okay, I'll do that. Makes sense. I've got so much knowledge and so much experience from going through an employment tribunal by myself, speaking out by myself, navigating the media by myself, dealing with intimidation by myself. I'll do that. So I created a little booklet that's online, available online, like a PDF, but also a physical booklet, and then different packages. And basically I have just decided I'm not going to do that. I don't want to charge people. I know I have to make money some way, and I was helping people for half a year for free, and I think I just got to a point where I was like, oh my god, I just have to make money somehow, and if I'm not going to strip on OnlyFans, then I'll have to do a course and charge people that way. But I don't want to do it, and I don't feel comfortable deep down charging people for it. So I'm gonna do a YouTube, and I'm gonna just put it all on YouTube, all my knowledge, all my experience, and hopefully people will watch if they want to know any specific things. And if I generate a little bit of income from YouTube, then great, but I'm not actually charging people for it because I never was really comfortable with it. It's just I had to do it, and I do love making booklets and PowerPoints and stuff, but yeah, charging, it's not the right thing. So I'm not doing that anymore, but I will do it all on YouTube soon. Been studying lots about YouTube and courses and trainings on YouTube and all of that. So yeah, that's the game plan now. No charging for a course. I will film the course and put it on YouTube entirely free. If anyone wants media access, I will give them my contacts. Nothing, no money. It was a misguided, and I think I was just rushed to sort of find an idea. But yeah, and Speak Up Now is growing. I've got directors, I've got volunteers, I am building structure to it. I just know amazing things are going to happen. And the docu-series that we're planning, I think big change will come from off the back of it. So I'm so excited, and it's been really hard sort of just doing it myself for the last 4 months, but now I'm starting to get support and other members. It doesn't have to all be me. So it's I'm so happy. So yeah, so that's all going. And the second thing I wanted to talk about is, in the last couple of days I have decided I don't want to support or continue engaging with Glamour Magazine. That is because I think they have been doing some really problematic promo. I think as much as it's a women empowerment and, you know, significant female magazine that works to support women's rights and safety, it's becoming a bit self-serving to me. I feel like their big campaigns are pushed only when the people pushing them have directly experienced that. For example, I think they don't have time for anyone else's campaigns or anything else that affects women's rights or safety if it's not affecting directly one of their editors or their journalists. I think that they are failing to hold accountable politicians that they are cozying up to. Yes, we must celebrate successes in politics by women for women, but you also have to remain impartial and hold those in charge of women's safety and safeguarding accountable when they do fail. And particularly I find it problematic, the features and purpose editor, actually no, I don't think it's features, the purpose editor cozying up to Jess Phillips, Alex Davies Jones, when they have been very problematic and have failed women and girls in multiple ways. And yes, they've made some progress and contribute to the fight, I guess, for women's protection, but they need to be held accountable when they fail it as well, and they are not. And I think it's dangerous to just platform successes, especially with politicians. They are there to be held accountable and there to be challenged so that there is progress, but it's not productive when your magazine is just promoting successes. I think it feeds a narrative that all the work is done and that there's not really much else, but actually when you dig deeper, there are so many failures going on that they are not publicising. And I just think, I guess it's that problem, I just think media should be impartial, but obviously it's not. But I think especially when it's a women's empowerment magazine, you are basically telling everyone that you're basically accepting responsibility that you want to empower women, but you're pedestaling politicians that fail women. So yeah, I don't want to engage. They were never particularly responsive or you know, bothered about my campaign or anything to do with policing or the grooming gangs, and I find that really gross. Yeah, I'm not gonna associate with that unless you start holding them accountable as well as celebrating them. I'm not gonna run with that kind of dangerous narrative. So yeah, I have sort of called them out and called Jess Phillips out as I do, and Alex Davies Jones as I do, and Diana Johnson and Yvette Cooper, and obviously silence, just like all the emails and letters I've sent them in the last 6 months, silence. And it's my right to do that. It's free speech, you know, I'm allowed to have an opinion. But I think a lot of other activists possibly disagree with me, which is fine, because I don't want to be around activists who want to cozy up to magazines that cozy up to politicians and celebrities either. I want to make productive change, and I want to protect women's rights and women's empowerment and women's safety, and violence against women and girls. I want to put an end to that, and you cannot be doing that by what Glamour is doing. So yeah, I think either just be like, just don't say you're a women's empowerment magazine. Just don't say that, because what about all the domestic violence victims that have been failed by, like the report that came out a couple of days ago from the Domestic Homicide Review? None of the recommendations have been implemented from 2019 to 2021, or 25% have been implemented. That's really low. So where's the accountability for that? Where's the questioning from Glamour to Alex Davies Jones, the Vault Minister, and Jess Phillips about that? Jess Phillips rejecting a national inquiry into the grooming gangs in Oldham. Where's the questioning on that? You know, There are so many problematic things, and I'm so happy to positively celebrate wins by politicians and magazines for women's progression and rights, but just bloody hold them accountable as well when they fail. And these failings are not small, because what about all the domestic violence victims, and what about all the grooming gang victims? What about those women? You're not really safeguarding or protecting those. So yeah, I just think Glamour should do better. I've had relationships with other magazines and they've been really good and really honest and transparent, and have kept a sort of neutral but educational background on these issues. Glamour, I think, is going about it in the wrong way, and I hope that changes, but I don't think it will. But yeah, I just, I don't want to be associated with this self-serving performative journalism and performative activism. It's not useful, it's irritating, and it's really draining. You have to look at both ends of what's going on, and if you're only going to focus on the successes, it's really not useful for society, and definitely not for women. So yeah, bit of a rocky couple of days because of that, I suppose, and some backlash from it, but I don't know, like, it's my opinion, that's what I believe. Some other people believe it too, and you don't have to believe it, and you don't have to support me anymore if you don't. It's just what it is. My phone always dies in between these things, but yeah, I feel like I'm really setting a path for myself, and along the way people are either joining or dropping off, and it's all beneficial. I only want people with good intentions to follow me on my journey. Anyone else that wants to perform or just piss off. I literally want to make real change. So yeah, I'm going to be studying a lot about YouTube, and hopefully just get my course onto YouTube, and then just am able to help as many people as possible whistleblow, because it's just annoying that whistleblowing even has a name, because it just should be something people do. Like I just feel like whistleblowing, like a name for it, kind of alienates and ostracizes them anyway. But yeah, I just want to encourage more people to stand up and do the right thing, and just give them the tools and the resources and how to, or at least give them my experience and things that I learned along the way, which could save them a little bit of heartache as they go through it. So yeah, just doing what I can. But yeah, thank you to everyone that watches, and yeah, we'll see what happens.